So in this section, we'll be talking about Python file handling. Okay, so when I say file, it's a place where you can store your data, and once you stored your data, you can retrieve it, and then you can use it for calculations or for any other purpose. Okay, so Python file handling involves, there are two modes actually. One is text mode files and binary mode files. So we will be discussing about text mode first. So sorry, now whenever you want to use a file, you should open a file. Okay, so for example, open file name with comma mode in which you want to open. There are four modes here: read, write, append, and X. Okay, so when you say read mode, the file is already existing, you can read it. Read means you can of course you can display the data by reading it, or you can add the data within the file. Whatever you want, you can do. When you say W, the file will be created fresh. Okay, that means what? If some data is already existing, that will be overwritten and a new file will be created. Okay, that is W. And the third mode is A. A is nothing but append mode. If already some existing data is there, then the data which you are giving right now will be appended to the end, so that the old data will be retained. Suppose if already the existing file is not there, if there are no files on that name, then a fresh file will be created. Then the data will be started appending. Right? This is the append mode. Right? And of course, we'll be using the file will be opened in text mode by giving T, or binary mode by giving P. Okay. So this is the theoretical part of our file. Let us see how we handle files using Python program. So I'll just go to my Jupyter notebook, Python 3. Yeah, it's a fresh clean slate. Now what I want to do is, first I want to open a file and write something into it, and then read those data. The first thing is FP. FP is nothing but file pointer. It can be any name, F1, F2, whatever you want. Okay, then open is a function, Python function. Then where is the file location? You can have any E drive, C drive, D drive, whatever it is. I'll just give D drive / Python / that means, so this is the folder in which I want to create the file, D drive Python, then / then I want to give a file name called data. Data, I'll give 2609 / txt, and the open mode will be W. W means the write mode. So I want to write content freshly to a particular file, so it's write mode. And of course, you can give T. The T is optional. If you don't give T, it will be opened in text mode only. Text mode only. Okay, fine. So once the file is opened, I can just check whether the file is existing. So what I'll do, I'll just go here. I'll go to my D drive. I'll just say Python folder. I'll show you the Python folder. The Python is here, and I'll just say, I'll just sort by date modified. So say already there is a file. I'll just delete it. Or should you want permanent delete this file? Yes. Okay. So I'll just say deleted. Come back here. Okay, fine. Now I will just run this command and show you what happens. Run it. Okay. Let us go back here. Look at this. Got created. See, look at this. 26/9/2000, 4:34 p.m. Look at this, 4:34 p.m. The file got created, but nothing is there. 0 kilobytes. 0 kilobytes. So the file got created. Okay, fine. Now once the file is created, I want to add something into the file. So what can I do? I can just say, I can put a while loop. While loop, true. I'll just say name is equal to input, enter some data, or your name, first name, next name, next name. Okay, fine. So name gets entered, and I want to write this data into my file. So what I'll do, I'll just say FP is a file pointer, write and name. Fine. So look at this, fp.write name. Fine. And it is always good to, once you have finished, see, okay, now enter your next name. Then I'm writing it, but see, because I given a while true, so it will always be running, never ending loop. So I need a way to come out of this while loop. So what I'll do, I'll just say if name is equal to q. If I give q now, I want to break. Break means it will break out of this while loop and the control will come to statement number 7. Okay, fine. And whenever you use a file, it is always advisable to close the file. Okay, I'll tell you why it is. If you don't close, there will be some problems. fb.close. Close. Okay, fine. Now let us write something into the file. So it is a while loop through which I am going to give some name. And if I want to quit the loop now, I just give q, then breaks out of the loop. Otherwise, see, if name is q, it will break. Otherwise, what happens? It writes a name into the file. Then again, it asks for the enter next name. So you see, I'll just next name. I'll just say Ram. Okay, I'll just say okay Abdul. Okay, Mukesh. Okay, Rahim. I just say Q. Look at this. Quit. So finished. Now I'll open the file and show for you. Look at this. I'll just see 436. It is in D:Python. I'll open the file. Look at this. Ram, Abdul, Mukesh. But now they were all written, or next to each other. Next to each other. So what I'll do? Okay. Now see, the problem is whenever you open the file in write mode now, once you run this particular script again, all the contents will be lost. All the content will be lost. That means, all Rahim, everything will go. Ram, Rahim, everything will go. Okay. Now I am closing the file. And how do I read my content? I'll just copy the same file. This time I'll say R, and I want to read it. So what I'll say? While, or I can just say for data in FP print data. Fine. So you see, now in this section we are writing something into the file. Immediately we are reading the data from the file also, and it will be displayed on the screen. We don't need to go to the directory and open the file and check it. Okay, it will be displayed at the bottom itself. Let us see that. I'll clear it, run it. I'll say Abdul, Ram. Okay, then I say Rahim, and I'll say Mukesh, and say quit. So you can see here the contents are again written back to the screen. The same way we assign now. Look at this: Abdul, Ram, Rahim, Mukesh. So look at this: Abdul, Ram, Rahim, Mukesh. Okay, fine. The file contents are there. Now, suppose if I have to write in the next lines, what I should do? I should just attach /n over here. Okay, fine. Now look at this. I'll just run it again. I'll just say Ram, Rahim. Okay, Mani. Okay, then I say Geeta. Okay, Q. So now look at this. So the names are coming next in the next lines. Ram, Rahim. So I'll just show you the file. You see, they are written in the next lines. Okay, successive lines. Okay, fine. So this is how you read your file. Okay, and write the file into that. Okay, see, write something data into the file and also read from the same file. Okay, now what should I do if I have to process my data? Suppose you see what happens. See, if I say enter your age, so enter your marks, next marks. Okay, so this time I'm going to write some marks and I'm going to read the marks and sum up. That is what I want to do. So what I'll do, I'll just say s equal to 0. Okay, then as soon as the data is read, now I'll just convert this in data is equal to int of data. Fine, and then I'll say s is equal to s plus data, then print yes. That means I want total marks. That's my plan. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just go here. I'll try something like this. Okay, I'll just show you the data first. See, I'll just say 10, 89, 23 and say Q for quit. So you see, the problem is, look at this. When I write in the same line, the data is getting displayed 10, 89, 23. But even though I convert the string data into an integer, see, basically what happens when you store something into the file, Okay, the data is written as a string. Again, when you read back now, even though we convert that into integer, it is not getting added. Okay, this is a problem. So this way you cannot do it. What you are supposed to do is, you are supposed to do /n. Okay, so whenever you write data, you write putting /n. This time you can just watch it. I'll just say 23 or 22 q. So you can see here. So when you put /n and save it, even when you retrieve it, na, of course you have to typecast it in integer. See, if you don't do this, it won't work. Look at this. If you don't do this, it won't work. Look at this. I'll just show you. I'll just say 10 20 q. See, look at this. Type error, because the data is basically, it is a string. You cannot do a plus operation on a string and a integer. See, s is an integer, data is a string, so you need this. Typecasting is required. Now you see 10 20 q 1 or q, I'll just say 31. Okay, so easy. So whenever you want to store a piece of data in numeric format, you must do this way. Look at this. Name plus /n. Then you read the data from the file. Then typecast it. Of course, typecasting is compulsory. Okay, but you have to store using /n. Then only the data will be read properly, and then you can typecast. Fine. So this is how you do. The basically write mode of data. But the problem is, whenever you write, the old data will be gone. Look at this. Now I'll just show you. See, the marks 10, 20, 1 are there. The moment I execute the program again, the old data will be lost. So to avoid that, what you do, you open the file in append mode, A mode. Okay. This time you just see. I'll run it. Okay. I'll say 40, 50, and Q. See, 121. Because you see, look at the file. You see, 10, 20 is retained, 10, 20, 1 are retained. Then 40, 50 is appended to the end. So when you open a file in append mode, okay, the data will be retained. Forever. Okay, until unless you delete the file, it will be retained forever. Then you can process, you read the data and do whatever you want. Fine. Then suppose if you want to delete your file through Python program, in that case, what you are supposed to do, you just import OS package. Then what you are supposed to do, you want to check whether the file exists. Okay, so I have the file right now. Look at this. I have the file here. I want to check and delete. So I'll just say if os.path.exists, then the file name, I just give the complete file name. Okay, file name, I'll just give Control V. If the file exists, okay, then you can say os.remove, then file name, remove the file, and you just give a message, print file removed, so that you know that you get a message, file removed. Okay, else, that means if the file is not there, print, okay, file does not exist. Okay, fine. So now you see, I'll just go here. Okay, permission error. Okay, why permission error now? See, that is the problem. It's one more problem. See, of course, the good thing I did not do it. See, I should close the file. I forgot to close. So see, I closed only on top, but after reading it, I did not close it. So this is the reason I told every file should be closed. Okay, now the file was opened, even though the file was opened in read mode. Okay, we read the data and printed on the screen. The file was not closed. So you see, I'll just say close. Again, I have to run that cell, otherwise it won't work. Okay, now the file is closed and I have to run this cell. Then after giving some data, I will come to this cell 11. That time I can delete. Look at this. So I'll just say 100, 200, Q. So I got 421 because look at this. All data are there. Okay. Now I will go down here. Okay, I'll clear the screen. Okay, now I just come down. See, file removed. I'll just show you here. Look at this. No date. See, of course, this is basically data 29. See, of course, it's a Let me just check it. No, it's not existing. It's simply saying, okay, it has gone already. But I could not open. Look at this. I could not open it. Maybe it's a temporary file. Temporary file. Okay, fine. Now I'll just close this. Okay. Now you see, we can cross check with this actually. Okay, I just run again. 10, 20, Q. Only 30 is there. Now I'll just open the file and show you. Look at this. Only 2 data are there. I'll just say D drive. Okay, Python. See, this one. Look at this. That was old file actually. That was old file. This is not there. Look at this. Yeah, only 10 and 20 are. Okay, this is a different extension. Okay, I delete that. That's not required. So this is our file. Okay, now I can delete this file and show you. Look at this. I'll come down. File removed. I'll just show you. Look at this. It's gone. Okay, from D drive Python, it's gone. Okay, fine. So this is how you handle text mode file. Okay, text mode file. Okay, so you keep all these things in your mind. Okay, whenever you write, the data, numerical data, you should put /n and then write the data, and you should not forget to close the file. Okay, after every operation, whether it is read or write, you must close the file, and then whenever you want to delete the file, you have to check whether the file is existing, then delete it. Okay, then for that, you need OS package, OS dot remove, that will remove the file. Okay, hope this session was useful. We'll meet in some other session with some other interesting content. Thank you.